I'm John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones and get away. Night or day, it's John DeSando on the radio. Watch the
Okay. Cinema Classics is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to shows Thursday at 8:01 p.m. on WCBE 90.5 FM. And listen to shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando,
And I'm Keith Hake.
and this is Cinema Classics. Keith, I've known you a long time, and we've gone through so many of these superheroes, and you and your wife Lula are so patient with all of their imperfections. So we have Superman today, not Superman the movie, just the newest Superman. And I noticed that you're decked out. Too bad the people who are just listening on the radio to see the Superman shirt, but it's perfect because these, my dear friends who are so accomplished are also childlike the way I am. That's why we get along so well. Superman, Keith, you know, we're going to talk about the movie, then we're going to talk about DC characters, and after that depression, we'll probably say something about Marvel characters. But give me your overall view of the new Superman before we get into the details.
Before we get into the details. Okay. Well, this Superman, I compared to my wife. I told her it's more like the comic books and not like the graphic novels. It's very lighthearted, very childlike, and very comic book-like. It draws you in at the very beginning with a group of threes 3,000 years ago when the Eternals came, 3 decades ago when Superman landed as a baby, and then 3 years ago when Superman came out in the public. So and a couple other threes that are in there afterwards. But it draws you into the DC universe. So it puts you right there, and I don't mind saying this, it's not going to spoil anything, it's at the very beginning of the show. So it puts you right in the center of the DC universe, so you don't have to worry about any backstories or worry about what's happened in the past,
point, yes.
which is very nice to have.
Yeah.
The characters, I won't say are two-dimensional, but again, more comic-like. Superman is back to, again, his vision of right and wrong is clear-cut. And his main thing that he wants to do is save pretty much everyone. He doesn't care if you're evil or you're good.
Or if you're a dog.
If you're a dog, or if you're a robot, or any kind of animal. He just wants to save everyone.
What I like is that he goes to save even an individual person. When you got the whole world in danger, but yet if there's somebody like a girl who's in danger, he goes to save her.
Or a small animal.
Or a small animal.
And that's his vision of good and bad. He wants to save everyone.
You know, you said it's lighthearted, which it is compared with some of the other really dark stuff. But we open up practically with him on the concrete being bashed to hell.
Oh.
This is not the Superman I remember.
No, not the Superman you remember, but more of a Superman of the comic books where he does get beat up sometimes.
Does he?
Yeah, he gets beat up and he comes back, and again, it's all about what he does for good and bad, and politics be darned.
Oh yeah. The thing about this Superman played by David Corenswet.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, I want to say I think he does a terrific job. I don't know how you feel.
I thought he was pretty much a throwback to the 50s Superman.
Yeah.
Not quite as a pretty boy as Christopher Reeves, but definitely a bit lighter and not as edgy.
Yeah.
As the last Superman.
Yeah.
So.
And I liked him. I likened him to Reeve too. I thought there was a physical similarity between the two. I don't know how tall Reeve was. He was pretty tall. This guy's 6'4".
Yeah.
And built just right. Not too muscular.
Correct. Yeah.
But just fit. Yeah, and
I like to throw back to the outfit also, with the underwear with the belt.
Who would have thought about that? Putting the underwear outside.
Yeah.
This is really great.
And the boots, so over the hose. Yeah.
So, for me, this is a very humane Superman. I mean, I loved it because, not just because he was vulnerable, which he certainly was, but because he does something that I thought I would really object to, which is fall in love.
Oh.
Keith, I mean, this is not the Superman I know. Oh, don't
Well,
start getting involved with it, please, Superman.
The Lois Lane, he always had a thing for Lois Lane, and Lois Lane was a lot edgier this time too.
Oh, she's
coming
great.
almost back to the old TV series where she was a diehard reporter and just wanted to get at the bottom of everything. More so of that than the comic book. It's just where she was kind of on the edgier side and
Oh,
wants to get to the bottom of the story.
Keith, you're reminding me of things that I love about it. First of all, Rachel Brosnahan.
Mhm.
She's now one of my chicks.
Mrs. Maisel, yeah. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, yeah.
Yeah, she is really good.
Quite the
And-
actress, yes.
Yes, and there's one scene of the two of them that I've never seen in these superhero films, and that is the one where she interviews him.
Oh, yes.
A brilliant scene. I mean, this is like an old screwball comedy.
Yeah, well, again, her showing that she's going to go after the story, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
And he puts him flabbergasted, pretty much.
And challenges his
Oh, yeah.
ethics.
Yeah, on what's right and wrong.
Right.
And he just goes back to,
Yeah.
lives are on the line. I'm going to save lives no matter what.
Yeah, right, and she's saying, well, not all, the right thing is not always the best thing to do,
But it's the right thing to do.
but it's the right thing for him.
Right.
Yes, it's a great response, and because they're both reporters, she's able to ask him about the ethics of his interviewing himself.
Right.
I mean, you have an interview with Superman, you're interviewing
Clark Kent,
with Clark Kent as well,
Mhm.
and what a great idea, and
Uh-huh.
Keith, that's an extended scene that
Oh.
those two carry off so well.
Yeah, it's a wonderful scene, and I don't know when you're going to get to some of the other characters, but
Well, anytime. we can just
Lex
go.
Luthor. Lex Luthor is great. I mean, he's
Nicholas Hoult,
Nicholas Hoult. Just he's been in actually the X-Men movies. He was the Beast in the X-Men,
Yeah.
the blue creature there. And one of my favorite shows there when he was in the what is it called? My favorite show, Warm Bodies. It's a rom-com where he plays a zombie. It's if I had to do a rom-com, it would be the Warm Bodies. There.
well, I think I've seen him in a movie or two where he was a really straight guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a kind of a lead in something.
Characters.
So,
Mhm.
boy, I think this shows his talent
Oh,
very
yeah,
well.
but definitely the ultimate xenophobe.
So what's
with the Napoleon complex there, because the scene I really loved where he was bashing all the historical figures, Leonardo da Vinci, and many of the other
Cool,
ones.
yes.
Just going through
Yes.
and just he would list them off and saying that they were just punks and just belittle and they lost their opportunity and he's so much better than them. It was a hoot.
Well, the only lament I have is that Lex Luthor, Gene Hackman is always.
Oh, you're Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
A little bit more comedic.
Well,
A
yes,
lot
yeah,
more
right.
comedic,
I mean,
yeah.
but I loved Hackman's real snark. I mean,
Yeah.
he was born with that.
Mhm.
And, that twist of his lips and
Well.
his looking down at everybody.
Yeah, well, Hope plays it pretty good because he's
Oh.
so evil and
Yeah.
so mean, and he has some very evil parts in there.
And he is very accomplished,
Mhm.
so that he's able to actually imprison Superman.
Mhm.
This kind of, and I love it. There's so much allegory here.
Oh yeah,
Like with the way we put immigrants in
Oh.
these foreign countries and so on. I mean, there's
Mhm.
a lot of parallel here.
well, yeah, they brought in definitely James Gunn didn't use a light hand when he
No,
brought
he
in,
didn't.
when
He
he
didn't.
brought in some of today's
Yes,
issues.
yes.
He didn't use a light hand, and he wasn't over the top where he beat you over with his morals. Kind of left it to you to decide what side of the fence
Yeah.
you wanted to be on, and that most people really are on both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
They see both sides of it. There's no way around seeing both sides.
When you get to Israel and,
Mhm.
and the conflict over there, and
Yeah.
you've got the two countries, one hitting on the other country.
Right.
You had it here, which also could have been Ukraine
and
and,
you got
Russia.
the Ukraine, Russia. Yeah, you've got pretty much any country
Which I thought
that's over there.
Yeah, very, very, very smart.
Mhm.
The way they did that without hitting anybody. Even with Trump, you'd have to think a bit if you wanted to think Lex Luthor was like Trump or something,
I'm not sure why you would
Well-
say that, but no, it's interesting. Just that they brought into politics.
Yeah,
And speaking of the politics part of it, I thought it was really interesting of how they played the news media. They had Jake Trapper in there in the background for CNN. on some of the things there, but the news media was so quick to follow the lies of presidency. You know, the and as soon as they found out the truth, they righted their truths. Whereas opposed to today, this is more of they stand by whatever they say, whether it's Fox, whether it's CNN. If they're proved to have misled, they stick by their mislead, as opposed to in the movie here where it's right and wrong and justice. That hey, we made a mistake, we'll go back and we'll correct it. I found that interesting and refreshing.
Right along with your news media is the social business, all of the influence, the social media.
Oh, the influencers, yes.
Yes, yeah. So, I mean, Gunn was hitting everything, but I thought doing it really well.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even have to know what's happening in the world.
To know what's going on.
Yeah, to know what weaknesses in there, weaknesses.
And one of the fun character changes they had in there was Jimmy Olsen.
Love
he became a chick magnet.
I love this Jimmy Olsen.
It was so fun.
Yes.
All the younger girls were looking at him, his red hair and his little boyish smile, and just everybody just loved him.
Threw me right back to my youth when they had these babes, like his girlfriend, is she a prostitute or something? The one that's giving him the information?
The information? No, she's just Lex Luthor's girlfriend there.
Oh yeah, right.
Just playing
and she's a babe.
Oh yeah.
And you're saying, oh my God, I'm back in the 50s with a dumb blonde.
Oh yeah.
But like the 50s, some of these dumb blondes were not dumb at all.
Oh yeah.
They gave the impression to me so. And this lady is so canny. She's able to give them clues.
And speaking of the dumb blondes, Kate, the reporter, the blonde, the bouncy blonde that was through there.
Yes. All right, Keith Hake, we're just having too much fun.
Oh, are we? Okay.
People have to go to our podcast.
Okay.
It's going to WCBE.org.
And I'm looking forward to the podcast because I want to mention an Easter egg that we had in the movie.
Very good.
I want to mention here.
And this is it's called Double Take. So, but let's right now, Keith. It's Superman, the newest Superman. What do you advise? This is. And we're getting toward the end of summer. Families are looking around for good movies and so on. What do you advise?
This is a movie. There were many kids in the audience, and they were loving and laughing through the whole way. It's definitely for kids to adults. It's definitely a comic book. You won't be disappointed in the movie at all. Some of the CGI is I will say fun, more comic book like. Yeah,
and I think that there are some very hardcore traditionalists who are not going to like the change in Superman.
Especially one of the storylines, a big part of the storyline.
Yeah, right. But they can go back home and look at old movies or read old comic books or something. But I think you're right. Look at this is a comic book, and it's translated to the screen in comic book style.
In comic book style, yeah. And part of the canon, I will say, was not changed, which a lot of people argue with me on that, but I think it was added on to. It was part of the canon that for years we never got a glimpse of, but it will go forward in the rest of the Superman universe.
I'm John DeSando.
Classics, let's go to the movies and share some popcorn, soda pop with our friends. Turn off our cell phones.